died, and now our family is separated, and also I hope that everything will be okay.
I'm just watching in horror as they roll through clips of the war in Ukraine and the bombing that happened in Mariupol yesterday. They bombed a maternity ward of a hospital. They have bombed something like 300 schools, apartment buildings, libraries, places where civilians are supposed to feel safe. And this lady just came on here talking to Joshua Johnson. And she is Ukrainian, and she was asking, why all of the West, the NATO countries, are just standing back and doing so little instead of coming in and stopping it like they could. And I know they're afraid of World War III, she says, but they could stop this. We could stop this. And I think it's just so sad that we are just sitting here making news of the deaths of these women and children, aside from the men who are fighting the good fight. It's so sad. Nobody wants war, but we've already got it, and we are involved whether we like it or not. Ukraine has been good to us through the past 30 years. They've never done anything bad to us. We owe them. They may not be members of NATO, but they are partners of NATO. They have been always since its existence. And being a child watching, Russia and all their crap, ducking under my desk at school, being taught to duck under our desk, that's going to save us from a nuclear bomb. I've watched this my whole life, and this is just sad. This says a lot about America and our so-called morals and high standards. This woman asks, are we any less important? Look at this going on. This is horrible. What they've done, these cities that they have managed to get into, even given the fact that Ukraine has fought so hard for the past 2 weeks on their own. They have fought them back for so long, and it's just an overpowering amount of troops and armory and weapons against what little they have. And no matter what little bit we're throwing their way, it's not enough. They need us. They need our troops. They need Europe's troops. They need NATO. And we need to step in. We just can't sit and watch this massacre. How can we sit and watch this massacre? She said, are we any less important? Are our women and children worth any less? Not worthy of freedom? Are we less of a democracy? She asked.
noting they're causing
How do we answer that?
in the US, while Ukrainians continue to put up a
We can't.
tougher than expected fight. We went to see
They
the
are just as
frontline
worthy.
suburb of Irpin,
It's
defending
not
the
their
capital.
fault that they are a younger country.
Part of this district,
They had to fight their way to
Ukrainians
get their
control
freedom
other parts.
30 years ago,
The
and
front line isn't straight. There are pockets. There are a lot of abandoned cars.
they're very deserving.
Soldiers have just been going through looking for cars.
Probably more so than we are. Because look how we've trashed our beliefs
The biggest risk is that you turn
in our
a corner,
200
they're the Russians.
plus years.
A Russian tank, Russian
200
APC. Irpin is largely deserted,
250
which
years.
has created opportunities.
Almost.
Ukrainian soldiers arrested
Anyway,
5 suspected looters with backpacks full of alcohol. The local
we've
mayor
learned
wouldn't
so
stand
much,
for it.
yet learned so little.
As the suspects were taken away in a
We've
freight truck,
come
we saw the scale of what
so
Russia
far,
is unleashing.
but not
Nothing
far
short
enough.
of collective punishment to try to beat Ukrainians into
We
submission.
can't allow
Russia
this to keep
continues to
going on.
insist that it is not targeting civilians, not bombing
They're
civilian areas,
targeting
but just
civilians.
on the outskirts of Kyiv. You can see entire areas have been wiped out. More strikes are happening right now. As
Stop
plumes
this.
of smoke rose
We
in
have
the
to stop
distance,
this.
Andre, who has family and business in Texas, handed out thermal scopes and radios, bought with money, in part donated by Americans. Meanwhile, we're learning more about the victims of that Russian strike in Irpin Sunday. 3 members of a family killed as they tried to escape the Russian advance. 43-year-old Tatiana Paravidis, her 18-year-old son Nikita, and her 9-year-old daughter Alisa.
Slain mother worked for
Tatiana
U.S.
worked for a
company.
based in
Nice.
California.
She loves her family and she was very proud of her kids. She gave them all she could.
Today in Irpin, we met
Mother.
84-year-old Valentina. With each step, she
I think I
prayed.
was
Dear Jesus, she whispers, let us live through the day in happiness and destroy Putin and expel him from Ukraine. Gabe, the latest U.S. military assessment is that Kyiv could be encircled in 1 to 2 weeks.
I agree with
captured in
Lindstrom, I have to
6.
say.
But based on the pace of the Russian military offensive, it could take even longer than that. But also looking at the way Russian troops are advancing, very
Putin has to be
Russian
stopped,
strategy in
one way or
Syria
another.
is to punish
Either we
civilian
greet him with
populations
every
and
single
take
troop we have in all of our countries
assault.
together,
The death toll here could be extraordinarily high.
or somebody needs to
Richard
take him
Egglesby,
out
Russian
quietly.
troops close in. Richard, thank you. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the first major Ukrainian city has fallen, Kherson. The port city of 300,000 is now under Russian occupation. Hundreds under arrest tonight, and the mayor says they only have enough
Please.
food to last a week.
Everybody,
Matt Bradley, also in Ukraine, last
we need to stay strong, stand together. If he gets away with this, he'll continue blowing through all the countries in Europe, running the Ukrainians even further east, west.
But that's changed. Not only they blockade us from food and medicine and basic necessities, but also they
Can't
are
let this happen.
preparing to imprison those who disagree, those who protest.
400 people were arrested yesterday, according to the Ukrainian military.
We just need to stop it before it turns into anything bigger. And I mean, momentarily it would be bigger if we jumped in, but it would be over. This is just going to grow and continue and grow for years. If we allow it, years. We can't allow it.
Looking around for their apartments, Kherson's mayor said. They're even looking for the people who were fighting against the Russians in 2014. This city is being strangled. The mayor says they have only about a week of food left, and locals accuse the Russians.
This is the first major city they've been able to get in 2 weeks. God bless Ukraine, they have fought so hard.
In another video, a person in a military uniform appears to shoot at the door of an electronics store. When it doesn't open, he busts a hole in the glass. The mayor warned that while Kherson is the first city to face occupation, it won't be the last.
Россия воюет не с Украиной.
This war isn't between Russia and Ukraine, he said. That's just one of the steps for Russia. Russia's fighting right now with Europe and the US. An occupation that many here say is on the march.
And Matt Bradley joins us now from Lviv. Matt, despite that occupation, Russia and Ukraine have reached some tentative
May
agreements
peace be
for
with Ukraine
humanitarian corridors, right?
very soon.
Yeah, that's right, Gabe, but neither of them are really game changers. We saw one in
We
the
need
town
to
of
think of people
Sumy, that's been done
and do the right
before,
thing.
and the other one is from
We
Zhytomyr,
can't
which is
let
sort of near
Putin
where I
just
am
take
here,
these
up
people
to
out.
Chernobyl, that defunct nuclear power plant that was the site of that
This has to
disaster
stop
back in
now.
1986. Now, that one is just so that maintenance workers can go in and fix the electrical cords
Just
to
days,
that
so many
plant,
more people
allowing
are going
it
to
to
die. We
avert a
can't
nuclear
wait.
disaster.
We need to
So
do this.
both of these, they're pretty unique, and they're not really meaning that we're going to see some sort of diplomatic breakthrough. Gabe?
Matt, thank you. Next tonight, the Vice President also meeting today with Ukrainian refugees. They're the people at the heart of this crisis. With more than 2.3